Hello, this is Artist Paris, and this is my very first video, and I've been influenced by the videos of Uncle Squinty and Kentucky Snuffs and Snuff Begins, because when I took back the habit of nasal snuffs, as so many people probably do, I went to the internet and I went to YouTube and was helped and encouraged by their various videos to try new methods and new types of snuff, and enjoyed hearing their opinions. And this has been an enjoyable experience, so I wanted to join the conversation. A short note, making this first video in English, even though I live here in France and most of the time I'm speaking French, but it seems like the language of YouTube tends to be English. When I went to boarding school for high school, I was 14 and had already taken up the habit to having at least a few cigarettes throughout the day, and cigarette smoking was forbidden. And one of the monks, a friar from Ireland who was in his early 90s, he took me aside and said to me, well, you know, if you want your nicotine rush, maybe you ought to try snuff, because some of the other brothers, they can smell the smoke on you. And so for a number of years, I was a regular snuff taker. There weren't a lot of varieties around. At that time, it was a Scotch snuff that I would buy, and it was a very fine grind. Probably some would find it not a beginner's snuff, and had a very smoky flavor. And although I got used to it, I think I took it mostly for the nicotine rush. An interesting story was that James Bond was out and secret spy things, and so I took a fountain pen and took the guts out of it and filled it with my snuff, and that way there I was able to have my snuff with me, and there was no incriminating evidence, no pack of cigarettes, no matches, and no cigarette smell. Later on, more recently, I took a regular Pilot fountain ballpoint pen and took the guts out of it, put a little bit of crazy glue at the end to block it out, found an eraser, which I actually put a thumbtack on to make it so it can easily be taken out, filled it with my snuff, and at times when I wanted to stealth take some snuff, I had my sort of James Bondish little method. Well, this was just to introduce myself to the ongoing conversations concerning nasal snuffs. I know that my opinions have changed over time. Things that I would see on the internet, and I'd say, oh, I'd never use that method, or no, I don't like that particular type of floral or that grind. Now, I might be a member of another camp and be the supporters of those methods. And so I hope to, in my next couple videos, to present some of the trajectory of my own snuff use and snuff methodology, and to just enjoy being part of the conversation of other snuff enthusiasts.